Welcome back to another lesson in Vedic astrology. In this lesson, I'm going to do a practical case study. We can go on speaking on astrology, several rules, several books, several rules and several combinations. But where do we get started? When are we going to start playing the game? So now and then I'll be doing case studies so that you can play and then go back to practicing. So that would be a very good combination. So today I'm going to just take up one simple case of say the moon in the 6th house. Okay, and I'm going to do a chart. We are going to discuss it, and as we go through this video we'll be adding in the positions of other planets so that you will be able to substantiate why this particular person had certain experiences in his life. And this is the horoscope of a very famous person, and there is no doubt about his date of birth or time of birth. So, and most astrologers in the world have used the ascendant as Gemini or Mithuna Lagna, so we don't have any confusions regarding the horoscope or the time of birth. So let's get started. This is the first house of the horoscope. The ascendant falls here, and this one is Gemini or Mithuna Lagna. This one is called a human sign because we have human beings associated with this sign, twins, and this one is another human sign because there is a person holding a weighing balance, Tula Rasi or Libra, and this one is where man carries a pot. So the trine to this Lagna is all human, and this is therefore called an intellectual Lagna. Those people who are born with this Lagna have above average intelligence. But this is not the only parameter. You'll have to consider so many other conditions like planetary positions, etc. But this is a good way to start. This person has got the moon in the 6th house. What can we say about the moon in the 6th house? I'm just referring to Bhrigu Sutra, in which the moon in the 6th is being discussed. It says, I'm not reading the entire thing, I'm just taking out certain portions which are relevant to this case study. There is a line which says that this person will suffer from serious stomach ailments, and the moon is harmful. That is one of the main things that Sage Bhrigu says in this book. But what does Brihad Jataka say? Brihad Jataka, written by Varahamira, also says something very similar, but a bad appetite and a weak stomach. Faladipika also says the same thing, stomach ailments. Most of the books tell the same thing, at least in this particular manner. There are other issues about the moon in the 6th, but we are going to discuss only this. The person who had this particular combination, ascendant in Mithuna and the moon in the 6th, he, at the age of 69, he went for a consultation with his physician because of pain in the upper abdomen. For a number of years, he had suffered from attacks of upper abdominal pain, which usually lasted for 2 to 3 days and were often accompanied by vomiting. These attacks usually occurred about every 3 or 4 months. The patient was a pipe smoker and slightly overweight. So this is the account I have taken from the internet regarding this person. And this is the horoscope of Albert Einstein. But I can keep adding more grahas to the horoscope so that we also know that this is not just a mere coincidence. If all other aspects of this horoscope also reveal more about Albert Einstein and his life, then this is a serious case study. So I'm using this method to prove that Vedic astrology works all the time. He has the sun over here, and then it's I think at 1 degree, and then Mercury maybe roughly very close to 10 degrees, and then we have Saturn and Venus. Venus is very far away from the sun, and even these two are closer to each other. Then we have, this is the 10th house, okay, and this is the 9th house. We have Jupiter, we have Mars, Rahu in the 8th, we have Ketu in the 2nd. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 grahas have been filled. So this is the horoscope of Albert Einstein. One of my readers on WordPress.com had made a comment where I had discussed about the compression of planets when planets get close to the sun. He had written to me saying that Albert Einstein's horoscope shows that all the 3 grahas are combust, and despite that he made it big. Whenever you see a group of planets like this, always check out the degrees. Like here it is Sun 1 degree and Mercury 10, 12, Saturn and Venus 24. So you will find that the Sun is not very close to any of these 3, and that is the reason why it is not really afflicted by the Sun, because Sun is at the border of these 2 signs. So the first thing that strikes the eye here is the Lord of the 9th, which is Saturn. The owner of this sign is Saturn and the owner of this sign is Jupiter. These 2 planets have exchange signs. You can see Saturn here. He is the Lord of this sign. He has come to this house, 10th house, and the 10th Lord, which is Jupiter, has come to the 9th house. This is called Parivartana Yoga. Whenever the Parivartana Yoga happens, we have to always find out what are the lords of the houses. For example, here it is the lordship is of the 9th and the 10th. Whenever there is any exchange between the 9th and the 10th in any form, any connection, it is called the Dharma Karma Adhipati Yoga, which means Dharma means ethics and good purpose, and 10th means livelihood, a livelihood spent on good activities in life. Whenever Jupiter is in the 9th, there is a lot of ethics, moral and godliness in a person. This 9th house is the house of God, Guru, teacher and the good things. And the Lord of the 10th being here is a Raja Yoga, made him very famous in the world. And the same way the Lord of the 9th also makes, in the 10th, made him very famous. But more important is the fact, we have to explain why his brain has been, always been the topic. Why was he so intelligent?